Right on time. That's great. Is Braden gonna post the stream? How are people gonna know?
I got us. I got us.
Showstop Row 2 is typing. Oh my god. Sam's here, Chance is here, Nick's is here. Okay. It's too late. Wise is here. Braden's been afraid for this show for the last 2 days. Heating up some chicken shawarma gyros from Sam's Club. So we have 8 viewers. Good, good, good. Very good. Alright, let me just pull up our top 25 here. I love me a good Euro. Very good. Arizona State really went up 20 spots. No, he's here, but he's just oh yeah, he's just in the background doing, I don't even know.
Existing like a black man in America.
He's just over here twiddling his thumbs or something. Speak up, boy.
Hey, what do we say about the history of using that word? We don't use that word here.
I wanna know what Braden thinks is gonna happen in this show. I know
All
we'll get
Shane
that boy
told me was
talking,
chaos,
Tyrese Bell
chaos,
Jr.
chaos. Fucking Tyrese Bell Jr. I don't have an issue with him being from a 2-parent household. It's just he a private school boy. That's all I gotta say. He private school. Fucker.
Braden hates that. Tyreek Evans Jr.
I hate rich people. All right, I hate rich people. They don't know struggle.
Been on the juice since conception. Alright, I think we're ready to start, huh? Chat is nice and lively. These poor teams in the top 25. It's gonna look very different at the end of the stream. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Braden in his eat the rich era.
I've been on that.
Oh, chance with the 7-stream streak, but alright, we're gonna get into it. Our first game. Unfortunately, I don't have bets because I don't think Corey put spreads up, but it's okay. We continue on. Our first game was a close one between Houston and Memphis. But the Cougars pull out a 2-point win behind Lamondre Merciless, who had a very good 24-point performance, including 5 made threes. Good. Yeah, Nick lost all his money last stream from betting. That's true, they were in Conference USA together way back in the day. Late 2000s.
What you know about the late 2000s?
Does Braden have anything to say about Houston or Memphis?
Houston actually surprised me with this win. I know my audio probably shit because I'm scouring looking for a headset, but Memphis surprised me by losing this game to Houston. I thought Memphis should have won this one, but hey, it's early season. According to Neil, you know, you got to get the rust knocked off. You got to start adjusting to each other. Was that good analysis, or did you want more?
That's fine. Just Sam saying your audio is fine.
That is actually crazy to me.
Man, if only Yoni was here to celebrate Lamondre Merciless doing a thing. But alas, he's not because he's a fake fan. Anyways. UH ain't no black school. I mean, yeah, not really. Ben Carrasco, the lead guard here, almost had a double-double with assists. Graham Hewwinkle had 19 points for the Tigers. They come up 2 points short, close, but no cigar. Houston, they're navigating their way through right now. They're gonna have a lot of big games this stream. They're gonna be featured more than once. Spoiler alert. Our next one. Corey requested this game. Ended up being a pretty good one. Sees the Fordham Rams defend home court against the visiting East Tennessee State Bucks. Aaron Robinson, starting center for them, had 25 points, including 3 made threes. Lorenzo Dubinion had a double-double with 6 assists and 2 steals. And Keith Radicevich had 7 made threes, totaling up to 25 points for the Bucks in a losing effort. What does Braden have anything to say about these teams? Yeah, Robinson can shoot.
Happy for Fordham. I just want them to be good. I just know Corey's had his struggles with Fordham because of injuries the past 2 years. So 2-2, it's not the best, but it's also better than what they've been in past years. So they just need Aaron Robertson to keep producing. Same with Lorenzo. But ETSU needs Jesus. They need help.
They got a lot of seniors on that Fordham team. It's gonna be a new era starting next year. Gotta hope they can have at least a respectable campaign here. ETSU is just starting out though. They're starting from the bottom. Next game. I cited this one as a possible upset spot, and it ended up happening. Clemson takes down Gonzaga at home behind a great 27-point performance from Josh Morales. Casey Jackson also pitched in with 5 made threes of his own, 16 points in total. A lot of 3 balls are being made in this game. Oba had a pretty good game, but Jackson and Morales were the star players. I think Oba had like 11 and 7 or something. He was good. Lloyd, it's his team. He's taking the reins, man.
I'm happy. Lloyd gets to do something, but Gonzaga, Clemson, I think is going to be a better team this year than they've been in past years. But you can't allow Josh Morales to get hot like that. 5 3-pointers. Somebody needs to cover 3-point line. Vice versa when it comes to Lloyd Rosado. Almost the stat lines are almost identical in a sense.
Yeah, they went blow
But
for
that's it.
blow.
But Hey, 3-ball win,
It was
3-point ball
it
wins,
was a
bro.
concern I was gonna have with Gonzaga. They're honestly the same kind of concern with Michigan, although it's a little less so here. Like, this team doesn't really have a lot of like depth. I trust. Oh, co-host left. It's over. It's over, guys. His internet's shit. Right as I was talking to, how rude. Braden really leaving the VC while I'm talking. That's crazy. You're not a real one.
I'm trying to test out this headset.
Oh. Honestly, it sounds worse than what you had.
Is it terrible?
But you know, I don't care to let you
Yeah,
just
if I can't hear shit.
pick something and go with it. Need a new coat, man. Levi's calling you out, Braden. He's saying your shit.
We're just gonna use the phone for the stream. Fuck it.
Levi said you're washed as a co-host.
Shane hoards all the money. I don't see a dime to get new headsets, new cheap headphones from Walmart or something. Nothing.
Testing audio midstream is wild. Yeah, honestly.
Hey,
We
Shane just got me lucky that I'm
we're very
here.
professional around here. In case you couldn't tell.
I had dedication. I was literally chopping down trees before this, and Shane's like, "Man, I ain't gonna have a co-host."
The Yoni era. Yoni as co-host is gonna be cinema.
I would kill myself before that happens.
Yeah, good win for the Tigers. Feel like Gonzaga is going to be susceptible to the occasional upset just from the makeup of their team. But hey, I like to see Lloyd balling out. That's fun. Anyways, on to our next one. Purdue finally made it back to the top 25, but their visit's going to be short-lived. The CAA, I think this conference is about to be a bloodbath.
Monmouth. Oh my God. Dustin Ashpole. 31 points, 7 rebounds, 7 3-pointers made. Oh my God. Just a 3-ball.
It feels that way. It feels like Larry Coppen's been here fucking forever.
Isn't he a senior this year?
I think so. But it feels
Imagine
like
if
he's
he's
been
just like
there
a
longer.
Imagine if he's just like a redshirt senior, 5th year.
Yeah, Ashpool and Schmidt they both went crazy. Schmidt was hyper efficient from the field, added 5 assists and 4 stocks. Purdue just wasn't ready for this smoke. I don't know many teams that would be ready for this level of smoke. Goddamn, Monmouth. Y'all like that? I don't even know who's going to win the CAA anymore. I feel like this whole conference is game.
Yeah, good, dude.
Yeah, rip Boilers. Dustin asshole. That's crazy.
That's disrespectful, Sam.
He just scored 31 points. Lay off him. All right,
Sam's
next
such a
game.
disrespectful man.
Now here's an upset. Here's an upset. What'd you think about this one, Braden?
Oh my God.
Respect
Was this
the
one of the ones you
CAA.
were talking about?
Yeah.
Number 2 team in the nation. Thank God Yoni's not here, because Yoni was saying Patrick Payton wouldn't have allowed this. Patrick Payton, one-time champion, wouldn't have allowed this. But Riley Sherman, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. Man, Nick, why are we hating Tennessee? I didn't know it was cool to hate Tennessee.
3-bid CAA. Honestly, I'm kind of getting there. Conference has been balling out. Non-conference.
What is this beef?
They got hella ranked wins.
DeMarcus Hill chipping in with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Jack Burdner, 17, 14, 4 stocks. Yeah, he balled out. I just don't know where the rest of his team is.
They got outplayed.
My God,
And
this
it,
is
and it
probably
was
like one
and it
of the
was
biggest
it
upsets
was
we've ever
Elon
seen.
Musk University that did it. It's crazy.
That's the craziest. That's the craziest.
CAA
statement.
needs multiple bids. I'm gonna be so real. If they don't get 2 bids, I riot. Anyways, next game. Well. What do we have here?
Oh my God. Well, granted, Georgia's been shit, but at least we finally know that West Georgia runs the state. There's Sean Rudshaw. He just came into Shane's plans. He's not even accustomed. He's just a shot chucker, and a brilliant shot chucker he is. 34 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 7-pointers made, and then so on.
3
Third ball,
7-pointers? Yo, that's crazy.
right? 3 7-pointers. 3 7-pointers. Oh my God. 7 3-pointers made. Hey, it still evens out the same. I'm just saying. The math is there. The math is there. I've been hyping up West Georgia. I want them to get respect.
Stone Herbold, freshman guard. He's getting starts now. Looks like he's fitting into the offense well. Had 11, 7, and 5 assists in this one. Jawan Charda for the Bulldogs had 20 points. But West Georgia, their offense is kind of clicking so far this year. Mostly because of Rudshaw. He's been a flamethrower, especially from beyond the arc. Sam's saying you're supposed to hate West Georgia.
I don't. Shane and I, we talked about this at the beginning of the series. I built up UT, he builds up West Georgia. I respect what Kenny Billiott has done.
Brandon respects the black man, Kenny Billiott.
I do.
But yeah, I guess until further notice, West Georgia's the. I mean, there's a lot of other programs in Georgia to be fair.
Oh no, Georgia Southern does have the best player in the state, or is that Georgia State?
Georgia Southern,
right?
Southern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was right. Actually, they have probably the greatest player in the DCAA that we don't really talk much about.
Kenny Billiott stopped recruiting Walmart employees. Brandon's been saying it's EKU's year.
I've been saying it's EK. In Georgia? Yeah. They are. Georgia Tech's kind of on a downhill. West Georgia hasn't performed, and they literally just beat a Georgia team. Georgia Southern maybe could take the nod. They have the best player statistically.
He ain't there anymore. He finished his career last year.
I know. Oh shit. But still, why don't we ever talk about him much, Roman?
I mean, he did get Georgia Southern a Sun Belt title.
I'm not gonna hate them. I'm going to thank them when they finally beat me. You don't know the conversation Shane and I have had. I thrive best when I'm the role of the underdog.
All right. Anyways, next game. This is Levi's request for his Alabama State team. They get a close win on the road at Arkansas State.
Nah, I would never cross into Arkansas threat. See, this is a real HBCU program. They're winning games and like that fraud. At least their white man is recruiting black people. Young, proud African Americans, unlike NVSU.
Hey, I got to give credit to first-year head coach Levi Glass. Alabama State's shown a lot more fight than they have before. Good start here, 3-1. I mean, this is going to be a long road. I think their roster's still got some holes on it, but early returns are pretty good here. SWAC's probably going to have another decently run team here. Russell Smith was good in this one with 21 points. Added 4 made threes, 5 boards, 3 assists. Xander Reeds, 18 points, 7 of 12 shooting. Shaq Wilson had 23 points for the Red Wolves. They come up 2 points short. Alabama State. Yeah, he got a red shirt this year, so he's gonna have 4 years of eligibility. He's probably gonna be like an 80 overall or something coming in next year. Just drop that on this roster. I mean, they're doing well even without him, which I think is that's the most impressive part. That will be peak. All right, next one. This is the one Yoni requested. He wanted to see Savarino get avenged, but it didn't really happen.
When are they gonna fire this dude?
Darius Jeffries.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think Louis Volson's just not very good, honestly.
Literally, Corey and we talked about this. I've noticed. I believe Run Theory's the best archetype in this game sim-wise, and Louis Volson just wants to kind of destroy it. I'm gonna be honest.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. Louis Volson's just bad.
It's crazy. Oregon State, I checked their roster. New coach, that he already brought in like 3 guys with 90 potential as freshmen. So there's hope once again in Corvallis.
Alright, Discord, just crashed on my laptop. Thank you.
That's crazy.
I blame you for blaming this laptop. I blame you.
I said it was on death's door, and then it all started happening.
Death's door, Sonic name. I had no issues like a month ago.
MVSU's still searching for their first win of the season. Honestly, if I'd probably have Darius Jeffries on the hot seat at this point. What are we doing here anymore? I don't know. Like, Volson was supposed to be their ticket out of the hood, and he's like, look at this, dude, 1 for 8. Ugh.
He didn't even get white dudes from like the cities or all that. No, he just decided, let's just get European imports.
Like, I know it's NBSU, so like the expectations aren't super high, but like, come on now. Like, we're like regressing at this point. We're in year 5. Like, we got to be better than that, brother. For real. But yeah, Oregon State gets another one in the win column. It's probably going to be another year until they're like fully recovered. That recruiting class they brought in is definitely going to help, but they need the young freshmen to cook a little bit. But there is hope once again, which is good. I know people were devastated when they saw that they hired Savarino. I was too, and then the season last year happened, and it was just as shit as you imagined it would be. But they corrected they corrected their mistake. They got rid of him. They brought in Ben Pavlik from Purdue, another coach that I think needed to change the scenery. I believe again. There's hope. Next game, going to Madison, Wisconsin, where the visiting GCU Lopes pull the upset here over Wisconsin.
Is it just always an early season thing, or is there ever gonna be a panic button in Madison?
I mean, GCU is actually like a pretty good roster. I hope you recognize the name at the top.
Cassius Pritchett.
He was at Virginia Tech last year. He transferred to GCU. He's their lead guard now.
He wanted easier classes and just be at school all day.
Lost to a fake school. Yeah, Pritchett was great. 24, 7, 5, 9 of 14 shooting. Marcus Elbers pitched in with 12 and 7, 2 steals. Elias Kohler still playing well. He's not been the reason they've been losing, but I said this in the preseason stream. If there's going to be a weakness on this Wisconsin team, is that their center play that's been very strong the first 4 years, not really there this year. Like, Chance Price is okay, but they don't really have anyone behind him that you worry about. Could be an issue. Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. I need to check where he is on that. If he's close to that already. Or maybe he already has it. He's been super productive his entire career. But yeah, GCU improves to 4-1. Wisconsin drops their second game of the season. This one at home. Not a great look for them. But we move on to a ranked battle between Mississippi State and Houston, and the Cougars, behind a dominant performance on the glass from Lamondre Merciless, blow out the Bulldogs here.
Man, when I was doing my preseason top 25, I was telling you, Shane, I don't like this roster construction. But their coach has done way more with way less. And he's exactly
It's
doing that
true.
this season. It's he almost had a 2020 type of performance out of his sophomore over here. It's what more do you want? It's an ass whooping. It's more of a Mississippi State soul searching at this point.
Yeah.
Ooh, who did they lose to? Corey's asking.
Oh God, who did they lose to?
Give me a second. I'm getting water.
I'm drawing a blank. I know they were gonna have they were gonna have some problems just because their roster's like not super deep. Merciless move into forward is a good move for them. At least mask some of their issues depth-wise. I mean, this is a tough stretch to their schedule, and they passed their first 2 tests here. Memphis was going to be tough. This one was supposed to be tough, but they made Mississippi State look like trash, honestly. I know I had a slide for Houston's loss. I'm forgetting who it was too. But yeah, Carrasco played well again. Riley Wallner was the leading scorer for the Bullet. I don't even know who this is, honestly. The mere mortal that was going to replace Patrick Payton. He had an okay game, but the rest of his team was pretty poor. If only Yoni wasn't a fake fan. He'd be seeing his boy hooping past 2 games. All right, next one. The struggles for Gonzaga. It's a second straight loss. This time at the hands of Kansas State, who moves to 5-0. Lloyd Rosado's trying his best, man. They got a cold freshman there in Rosado. But a double-double from Malik Jamison, and he got to the line a lot. Went 12 for 14 from his chances at the stripe. Brad Sanilak had 13 and 6. K-State gets out of Spokane with a win. Maybe Lloyd's just West Coast. Maybe. I had concerns about the roster around him. They're not.
Gonzaga. They're falling off.
They're like Houston. They have depth issues. Like they've got some good talent in their starting 5, but once you get to that
Lloyd
bench,
Rosado, freshman, first team All-American.
I mean, if he's gonna be putting up 20 every night, yeah.
Well, shit, he might be first team All-American, not even just freshman.
Yeah, K-State, they're probably going to be looking to get ranked here soon, especially with that win. Next one, another one that Yoni wanted to see. Ohio State defends home court against Jackson State.
I don't know why he wants to see this one.
With a 79-68 win. Sonny Loudon with
Colburn.
17 and 8. William
Colburn
Smith.
does his job, but it's just terrible coaching.
William Smith, one of Neil's customs he sent here. He's a redshirt junior, I believe. Had a really good game, 13-6, 8 and 4 stocks. Namari Colburn had 23 points to lead all scorers. But the Tigers, I mean, I think Savarino is going to get carried by this roster just because Corey had like a good nucleus set up here. But I doubt this team's going to be able to show up enough in like actual big games. Savarino turns his team into droppers. Yeah, 5-0 for the Buckeyes. I feel like this team's like not getting enough respect in the polls for some reason. Like there are a bunch of teams with losses ahead of them in the polls. I don't really understand why. Ohio State's a good team this year. Give them a little respect. Walter Carrazza is a very good coach. Next one, or actually no, that's the end of our first week. Never mind, I lied. And here's what we're looking at. Thoughts on this top 25?
Creighton. That's a name I haven't seen forever. Kansas State making up there. Miami. Should have went with my gut, picked them top 25 early on in the season. I was talking to you. Notre Dame goes up 10. Louisville goes up. Tennessee drops down 3. Kansas State's at the 1 spot. A lot of movement this week. Houston actually goes down 3, which is surprising. Kentucky down to 6.
They're hating on Houston's roster, man.
Now.
Kansas
State goes down. Well, Michigan State. There's so many states in here, so but everyone else. MSU, they go down 4. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Villanova shoots up. We got 3 new teams in the top 25. We'll see if Pitt stays.
ACC looking kind of crazy here. Got Virginia, UNC, Louisville, Notre Dame, Miami. Pitt's in the top 25 now. Oh man, it's gonna be a shorter week for this second one. There weren't a ton of games I wanted to cover. We got a few. Starting with big time matchup here, and man, Utah almost pulled it off in Charlottesville. It's the most mortal Virginia's looked in a minute, honestly.
The Utes are going to be finished top 25. I think they're a good program, good team.
I agree. I don't have a problem with them losing this game. Virginia's still extremely good. But Ali Alcondri, freshman for the Cavs, led them with 15 points, 5 boards and 2 blocks. Vince Leitonen had a double-double with 5 stocks. He was big for the Cavs late in the game. Andre Wicks led all scorers with 17 for the Utes. I hate Virginia, boring team, because they win a lot. That's probably why. Someone needs to defeat them. Just a monolith? Yeah, I guess so.
Supposed to be, not what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, UVA wins a primetime matchup. Definitely a closer game than you probably would have expected. But I'm a believer in the Utes. They've been a good program throughout this sim for the most part. Next game. I know Heel's gonna like to see this. App State's record look a little ugly, but they got a nice ass win here. Top 10 win on the road against Louisville.
Chad Douglas, 18.7 rebounds. Leonard, there's David. Leonard Aldridge, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Malcolm White for Louisville, 22 and 5. But
one of Walker's custom players you put on Louisville, he's just like the best offensive player on their team already. It's kind of funny.
But Mountaineers get a win.
Good for the resume.
Good win going to Sun Belt, so nothing much really just to say. It's a huge top 10 win, but it wasn't a blowout.
Little concerning for Louisville. The polls seem to like them a lot, but both their losses are kind of have me a little shook on my opinion of them. I thought they'd be a bit more steady.
Issues?
I guess so. I looked at their roster and I'm like, this team should be pretty good, like at least a 4 or 5 seed if they take care of business. But 6 games in, we're already got 2 losses. I don't know. Gonna have to get some consistency here, guys. But we'll see how it progresses for them. I'm not gonna write them off completely because their roster still is very good, but
Wait, is there exchange rate for A tier to S tier, A tier to coach points? No.
No, there's no exchange for that.
You just take what's given in this world.
I traded your the guy you switched for the S. I gave you your A tier back. I used on him. So you have like 10 of those. You could have so many A tier guys. But anyways, App State wins. Improved to 3-3. Louisville, get better. Next one. Oh man, this kind of a rough stream for Tennessee. They're going on the road to these mid-majors. It's not going well.
Hey, the Mastodons. Horizon League, stand up. Stand up.
Tell us about the Mastodons, Braden.
Man, you won't really have me pronounce this name. I just know Cutter. Balapu?
Balapo.
Balapo. Okay, Cutter Balapo. 24 points, 5 assists, 10 for 16 from the field. Mason LaFrance, 14, 3 and 5. Deion Washington for Tennessee, 14, 5 and 3. Mastodons defend home court.
You don't just waltz into the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. That's true. Mastodons get a nice win for them. Tennessee, little concerning, honestly. I thought their roster looked really good in the preseason, but not good to see them susceptible to upsets from teams they're a good bit better than, even if they are on the road. Soft, overrated. Uh-oh. Yeah, Tennessee down a little bit. Maybe down a little more than a little bit. Second loss of the stream. I'm still gonna believe in them, but it's gonna be a tenuous trust. Good win for Purdue, Fort Wayne. And we move on to Yoni's other request.
How many requests this boy got?
He only had, I think this is the last one. He wanted to see Siena. They're still searching for their first win.
Iona gets the win, but God, I'm tired of seeing Yoni's games, bro. Siena, they need Jesus, bro.
Kind of crazy because like I don't really hate their roster. They should be a middle of the pack in this conference. Like 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. But not a great start. We're 5 games in. I mean, to be fair, Iona's like one of the better teams in this conference. But with how much Yoni was talking, need to back up those claims, bruh. We're gonna check the standings right after these slides, so we'll find out soon. I would guess probably not very good because they're still extremely talent deficient on that roster. All right. Man. Does Braden have anything to say? Man, Braden quiet as hell. That's crazy. Corpus Christi. The Islanders. I hope Heel's still here, because he did invest in this team a little bit. The first regular season loss for the UTA Mavericks.
No, not out of all teams in 2 years.
To the team.
What is this, man? It could have been. It's not even Hill. Sam, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Sam. I'm gonna kill you, Sam. You don't understand. Sam's just trying to make it all about Hill owning this and that. Sam doesn't know. Sam doesn't know what David and I went through as kids in our upbringing. He don't know about these fuckers.
He don't know about Corpus Christi.
He don't know about Corpus Christi. Shane, it's poetic. I'm happy we lost because it brings back memories of my childhood, and I needed a reason to hate these fuckers again. I needed a reason to hate on Islanders. They think they could come and haunt me like 15 years later.
Yeah, I did the math before the stream. The UTA's regular season winning streak snapped at 69 straight wins. This would have been win number 70. But the Islanders win by 1 to bring it to an end. Colin Newsom at 24-4. Luka Eiseminger with 18-9 and 3 steals. Cameron Vasher had 17-8 and 4 for the Mavs. Nice.
We're just injured. It had to be them. But it's nice to actually lose a game.
Are you the underdog again?
No, I just wanna blow up Corpus Christi. You don't understand the hate I have in my heart.
What if David gets them actually going and they're pretty good?
I need it. I need a rival to be brought up, and these are my number one. If there's any rivals I've had as a kid playing video games, it's them. Because back in NCAA 10, they would always have 5 stars, and they would always compete with them.
I know, it's crazy. Corpus Christi would always get good in that game.
Well, I was in the same conference with them. Sometimes I would lose to them, sometimes I would beat them. No, I do. Sam doesn't know my hatred. I do want to blow them up.
But yeah,
I've been around Yoni too long.
It was a big moment. I saw that result. I was like, oh my god, and it was them that did it, of all teams. UTA going to a house of horrors in Corpus Christi. They don't leave unscathed. Their first loss in fucking forever since season 2 in the regular season.
It's motivated me to become a better man. That they could haunt me in this. It's alright.
Alright, we move on. Next game. Auburn traveling to Las Cruces. They get a tough victory over the Aggies, hand them their first loss of this season. Behind Alex Stawald's 16-5-5 performance, Eric Lerner had a double-double, 12 and 10. Jamie Shiloway, freshman for the Aggies, had 18 and 8. But Auburn Tigers, a little team I find myself doubting Auburn a bit again this year, just because I'm not crazy about their roster. New Mexico State also a team that not as good as they were last year roster wise. I think the Aggies will probably still win Conference USA. I don't really feel strongly about any of the teams in their conference, but their undefeated season dreams end on this day to Auburn. Next game, Wisconsin. Oh man, Corey's going to be conflicted a little bit. I think Wisconsin might actually have problems though. Worcester, the House of Horrors. We're finding out why these power conference teams don't visit mid-major arenas. Zaire Evans starring also for Holy Cross, 18 points for him. Erasmo Falcioni with 16 points. Jackson Kirilak had 15, lead the Badgers in scoring plus 4 steals. But Wisco, what's up? What's wrong with Wisconsin, Braden?
I don't want to say coaching. It could be coaching. Maybe it could be scheme. Maybe they finally caught on. I don't know. I like Ron Holder. I like him as a coach. But we say this every year. Oh, it's just beginning of the season.
Every time you write them off, he rallies the troops and they end up coming back. I don't know.
Motherfucker just crazy.
The lack of center depth, I think, is a real thing, though.
He's creating his own narratives. He's losing games on purpose just so he can have bulletin board material. I respect your game. I respect it. I respect the underdog.
Braden employs that strategy all the time. All right, next one. Hey, I was talking about Houston, but they can't get through their last tough game of this stream. Virginia Tech defends home court. Get a win over ranked Houston. Improved to 5-2. Antonio Richardson had 23 points for the Hokies. Danny Collins with a double-double and 3 assists. Denny Brooks had 25 points. Probably one of the last people I would expect to be leading the Cougars in scoring, but he did it this game. Any comments on your Hokies, Braden?
It's great to be a Hokie. It's great to be a Hokie. That's all I gotta say.
That's all I got.
That's all I gotta say, man.
That's good enough. All right, that is our last game of this stream. Here is our top 25 at the end of November. How we feel?
Providence, stand up. Vanderbilt, stand up. I guess we'll clap for Cincy. Miami at number 5. Whoo-wee! And it's led by Bar Custom, which is funny as hell.
I have to check the stats. I don't know if Dingleberry is going crazy this year or not. I mean, I think Ohio State's good this year. I'm not super surprised by that. Villanova creeping up still. Kansas State still unbeaten. Cincinnati into the top 25 at 20. They're unbeaten. How we feel? The Big East has 3 ranked teams right now. Big East fans, stand up. I love how like no one's like really talking about Arizona State just being number 3 right now. Virginia actually moving down the polls. The game doesn't respect Virginia like that anymore.
Nova is good.
Yeah, I expected them to be good as well. Creighton, I'm not super surprised by. Like, they have a good team. But it's just nice to see them actually like put it together and like be 7-0. UNC at number 2 also. If only what would Neil be saying?
They should have gave him time. They should have given him time to get his team together, to get his players, yada yada yada.
Also, West Virginia, they had that loss in the first stream, but they've been good since. First team with a loss in the list. Notre Dame, man, the fucking ACC looks crazy at the top, right? Got 4 teams in the top 6 of the AP poll. I buy UNC, I buy Virginia. I'm gonna have to start buying Miami and Notre Dame. I have my doubts about Miami, but they seem like they absolutely murdered Arizona, so that's pretty resounding proof that they're probably gonna be all right. I gotta stop questioning Brett Hoffman. That dude's an insanely good coach. Notre Dame's just super consistent. I keep waiting for them to like kind of fall off, but it just hasn't happened. So I think we got to start accepting that the Fighting Irish are just a good basketball program right now. Which is weird to say. Fighting Irish basketball is just like that. Louisville kind of had a fall off, but I still believe in them. When is Cal going to get up here? That's what I want to know. When's Brashawn Hines going to lead them to glory? All right, I think we can check standings now.
Sam don't want to pay you like that.
We checking standings now. Oh, let me slide over. All right. We got in the America East, Binghamton currently with the best record.
That's an interesting one.
UMBC's fall off. It's happening. 2-5. That's kind of damn. It's over. UML, decent record for them. Thatcher Rowe at Binghamton. There's a chance he could do something in his senior year. And we got the American conference play started there. South Florida and UAB currently unbeaten in the conference slate. Howard Fortson's new team, Rice. It's not going great. Memphis, 1-1 so far, but I still think it's theirs to lose. Man, it's crazy how Lipscomb is just like back. They just get rid of the devil and they're just immediately fine again. Yeah, Nova Southeastern not off to a good start this year. 1-6. I don't know if they can turn it around in conference play, but that's not encouraging. I keep waiting for North Florida to like show some kind of improvement, but it just never happens. They got like 4 customs on their team. It just doesn't matter. I mean, they had a couple like really important seniors graduate, so it's just Ukeme Knox, just a couple of criminals now. In the A10, Richmond, they got one of the best players in the nation, or at least someone who's been playing like that. Grady Grabner, he's been going crazy these first 7 games. Pretty sure they have a big game against West Virginia coming up, so Spider's gonna have a chance to really make a statement. I mean, if they didn't already with whooping Michigan State. Dayton 6-1. Davidson off to a 7-0 start. St. Louis and St. Bonaventure now just kind of mid. All right, then we got the ACC. Oh man, NC State's unbeaten too. NC State trying to get in on this. When are they going to get ranked? I'm curious. How many wins would they have to get before the game says, yeah, we'll rank them? UNC number 2. ACC looks like an absolute bloodbath. Syracuse being 2-5 is kind of crazy. They're one of their wins is against Michigan State, which I think is so funny. Cal not below 500. SMU sitting at 5-2. Boston College is 6-1. Oh my god. Duke just being 6-1, they just fall out of the top 25 anyway. It's so fun. Michael Savriano did horrible damage to this program. Like, that's crazy. Duke ain't even been losing like that, and they're just out of it. Big 12, Kansas and Arizona State look set to battle for this conference. Kansas State might have a say, and I think they've proven themselves to be one of the upper crusts. Arizona, I don't know, this team doesn't impress me. They're just that loss to Miami just looks so bad. West Virginia, I think, will be good. Texas Tech looks like they're improved. Oklahoma State under new coach Wright Henderson looks good. Not sure if they'd be getting any top 25 hype here if they keep it up. Baylor, still just okay. Utah still being ranked.
No, I think K-State's actually for real. Granted, I've been saying it for the past 2 years.
I don't know if I think K-State's more legit. Honestly, I think they're probably a bit more legit than Cincinnati. That's a team I have some more doubts in. I mean, hey, UCF's not even having a bad start to their year. 5-2 is pretty good for them. Colorado at the bottom, rip. Big East. This conference looks strong this year. Like they got 9 teams, at least 5-2. Like I could totally see Xavier and UConn breaking into the top 25 if they keep up their play. But Villanova and Creighton currently at the top, undefeated. Big Sky, Eastern Washington has the top record there. Hey, look at Utah Tech, not in last place. Good for them. Winthrop and Gardner-Webb, currently the best records in the Big South. Presbyterian, winless. Tough. Big Ten, Nebraska and Ohio State, the only unbeatens left there. Hey, Michigan had that one loss, but they're 6-1. So, I mean, for what that's worth. Iowa had the first 2 losses of their season, but they've won 5 straight since. I'm still kind of bullish on the Hawkeyes. I think they can be something this year. How many channel points to change their name back to Dixie State? Unfortunately, I can't officially do that in the game, but I guess I could do it in the spreadsheets. How does Braden feel about the Big Ten? Minnesota being 6-1 is a little.
I'm not gonna say weak. It's just it's a conference that's gonna have a lot of variety. I still expect more out of Iowa though this year.
I'm pretty interested to see how the conference standings play out, because this non-con looks like it's all over the place right now. In the Big West, Cal State Fullerton off to a 7-0 start. Didn't really expect them, because they were just super mid last year. No team in this conference actually straight up bad. I mean, I guess you could say UC Riverside, but Big West doing Big West things. All the programs here are at least giving a good effort. CAA, man, Elon had that win against Tennessee, but they've dropped their first 3 conference games. Charleston dropping their first 3 conference games. This conference is a bloodbath, bro. There's 7 good teams here.
At least Charleston I'm happy with so far.
Stony Brook, only perfectly unbeaten teams so far. Monmouth, Wilmington, and Hampton, unbeaten in conference so far. Campbell, decent. Yeah, UCLA, they hired a new coach, so maybe things start to turn around for them. I don't know, I'm not really super high on them to be anything crazy this year. Conference USA, New Mexico State, obviously going to be at the top of that. No surprise there. Horizon League, Wright State, defending champs. Got the best record there so far. Fort Wayne, Northern Illinois, Detroit Mercy, and Green Bay at 5-2. Penn currently has the best record in the Ivy League. I'm still going to say Princeton probably wins that conference. In the MAC, Merrimack off to a pretty poor start to their season. I think they'll turn it around. Don't really get the vibe they're just going to be a total letdown like this. What the hell? Iona, Mount St. Mary's, and St. Peter's currently at the top at 3-0. Canisius and Sacred Heart at 2-0. Tell us about Canisius, Braden.
Happy. The coach, he's my 3rd favorite son right now. All my custom coaches. It goes to Andre, Rakeem, and it goes to Hazy Bryant. Manhattan.
Sienna, man.
You're terrible. I'm sorry, son.
Yeah, Manhattan's that roster's morbid. In the MAC, Kent State.
I'm sorry, Ramon.
Top teams so far at 5-2. Akron 3. I'm still gonna side with Akron to actually win this conference at the end of the day. Poor Western.
But Akron ain't what it used to be.
Ohio has a W. Yeah, they have won a game. It's one more than Western has. Man, Buffalo's fall off is crazy.
Funny. MEAC is just terrible.
Hey, Norfolk's above 500. Team that's been or not team, a conference has been surprisingly bad. Missouri Valley, like damn, what's going on here? Expected a lot of these teams to be better record-wise. Maybe they're just playing tough schedules.
Hey, Evansville's not last.
Yet.
But the MVC is so bad.
Yeah, that's looking like a one-bid league. Mountain West, GCU, unsurprisingly the top
Wyoming.
team there. Rip San Jose State.
Damn, Stonehill. I couldn't even look at the Mountain West because I just see Stonehill.
Magdalene
Ugh.
washed. Magdalene washed. Temu Avengers
How you
at
gonna let
Mercyhurst,
John
4
Alexander
and
have a
3.
better record than you?
Abdul to UIC. Honestly, I think that'd be a good hire for them. UIC's just been kind of. I mean, they were okay last year, just mid, but they've just been hovering around that, just being kind of middling Missouri Valley team this whole sim. Ohio Valley, Morehead State's just the only good team there. They had that win over Alabama, so they can actually back that up. Pac-12, Washington State currently unbeaten. Colorado State and San Diego State 6-1. Gonzaga, Fresno 5-2. Boise State just the shitters here now. I don't know. Got to see if Wazoo's actually, are they just beating up on cupcakes, or are they actually like pretty decent? Patriot League, Lehigh at the top, Holy Cross right behind them, then a bunch of refuse below them. Man, look at Oklahoma, 7-0.
What?
We left them for dead.
I left him for dead.
Look at Georgia not being dead last in the SEC.
Nah, that's Missouri.
It's been tough for them since Adam Brault left, man. That was the only year they were even somewhat good. But yeah, SEC looks pretty strong as well. If only A&M was stronger. SoCon, Furman at the top, Wofford and Mercer. Behind them at 4-3. Man, VMI winless. They were first place in this conference 2 seasons ago.
Oh my God. Incarnate Word. No.
McNeese has 2 losses. Southeast Louisiana.
I'm not going to acknowledge
5-2.
Oklahoma. I will not acknowledge them.
South Dakota and North Dakota fighting for first place in the Summit League. Troy at the top of the Sun Belt. That's kind of weird. Troy's been pretty shit most of this sim.
Grant
Yeah.
Southern?
What?
Sorry, I just saw Southern.
Oh, second place in the SWAC. MVSU still
C.R.
winless.
Bailey.
Alabama State. They were 3-1, but they've dropped 3 straight games since then. I mean, it's gonna be
T.R. Bailey. You've done miracles on me.
Man, Alabama State's been last the last 3 seasons in the SWAC. That's kind of crazy. I think they're finally gonna get out of that funk at least. UAC, honestly, interesting looking conference this year. North Alabama off to a pretty good start to their season. They're 6-1. So is West Georgia. Eastern Kentucky's 4-3. If only they had Kincaid, they'd be much more interesting to talk about. UTA with a loss in the regular season for the first time since season 2.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. Pacific.
How you feel about them?
First, we got to talk about what the hell happened to San Fran.
Yeah, ain't been good for them. I remember when they were at the peak of their powers in season 2. Man. Seattle doing their patented have a good non-con gimmick. And they're just gonna like finish like 8th in the conference once the season's done. What does Sam think about the UAC? Man, Abilene, they've fallen. Central Arkansas is above them now. That's tough.
Central Arkansas, Jermaine Greaves, baby.
How'd Brandon feel about West Georgia having the same record as them?
I respect them. I respect them.
How about North Alabama?
I respect them.
It's UTA's
Let's get
here.
this conference record go.
I know
You gotta respect.
North Alabama had a good year in season 2, but they kind of.
I respect almost every team in the UAC.
Except EKU.
Can't stand them, but it's their year, so.
All right, yeah, but that's our look at the standings. I'm gonna do a request stream shortly after this. I'm gonna give the what is it, like 15 minutes for the for it to reset the streak, so you guys can
Yeah.
get your streaks up again. But yeah, we're at the end of the first month of the year. Miami's a top 5 team. Arizona State, they're respected once again. Cal is above 500. It's a crazy time. All right, I will be live again in like probably just 20 minutes, like call it 8:30. Do everyone's requests. All right, I will see you all shortly. Bye-bye.